V versus Bowser. We saw this actually a little bit earlier, if I'm not mistaken, with High Five and Zombie. Now, that was definitely something that Zombie won hand over foot, unfortunately. Not to say anything about High Five, that was definitely just not a situation that he was familiar with. We're going to be bringing it back here where definitely hoping for a little bit more familiarity. And I mean, Fallen just so clean after this matchup, knowing exactly just those little elf tilts about what he's doing. That forward air definitely could have sealed the stock, but the block was very nicely taking it. Steve going to be committing a little bit of a death. Unfortunate, but hey, now we reset. Probably more favorable for Penn than it is for Fallen. Now we're definitely seeing a little bit more familiarity from Penn, taking just a much more commanding stride from the situation, the second stock. Hello, Strive. Thank you for welcome to the chat. Now, we've definitely seen Fallen, pick it up a little bit. Just getting familiar about what's going on and not letting himself just get beat up. But that's still just going to take it. I mean, seemingly a little bit of a lighter character and a little bit of rage. Possibly bad DI, who knows. Grabbing him. Penn wants to make the most out of it, get as much extra credit as he can. That down air, I was trading with his up, very interesting decision making right there. I wasn't aware of what would end up happening. F tilt just not enough to seal it out. But, Fallen just not in the situation where he really wants to be. It out. I mean, is that rage going to be as impactful? Are we going to see that Fallen just really wants to clutch it out? And, it's definitely not out of the realm of possibilities. You see him get dunked right there. I mean, look at that. Just a few interactions were already brought up to almost even percent. But drop kicking him in the face. Penn saying that he really doesn't want to deal with none of that. This is round 8, cool. Oh, this is still round 7. That is my bad. Bringing it back to the classic PS2, classic Georgia set. Oh, actually trying to whoop. I keep forgetting to do that. Alright, going back to this. Penn just, again, coming out. Just commanding the situation. When looking at this situation, I mean, the Bowser matchup, the Bowser Steve matchup doesn't look that bad. Just really running him over. I mean, he's just, command grab, commanding the situation, just commanding them, just lose the game. Then we want to see Penn get a little bit more extra credit here, but nope. Fallen really massively placing that anvil in a situation where he was just going to get reset, so Penn try to, climb over that for what little he could, but unfortunately just wasn't enough. Bowser not really the best in terms of air drift, from what I'm aware of. Gonna be taking those episodes. Penn trying to do his best to SD out of the situation. Still living. I mean, he took a lot of damage and put in a situation that he's really not fond of because he's right here at the edge. And he's going to be taking a 2-frame punish from the lava. And now we are being reset with these episodes into up. The forward air actually missed. Now, I kind of wonder if the forward air missed because the frames are a little bit more different when the gold axe, or the gold equipment more accurately. Trying to go for a really hard up smash. Doesn't seem to be enough to really confirm it out, unfortunately. More so accurately, the up smash didn't connect. And out, taking an up smash himself. I mean, the type of range that Steve brings to the table, this definitely was a very different situation from the game 1 that we ended up seeing. Curious to see if we just do the run back. Just keep it real simple. No need to make things more complicated than they need to be, right? But nope, we're going to be taking this to Northern Cavern. Kind of curious because, I mean, again, bringing it back to the previous game. Bringing it back to the previous game with Abe and Joe. I mean, when it came to that situation, what ended up happening was that we really didn't see that it benefited Joe in the way that he thought. I mean, sure, the Nair ended up killing a little bit earlier, but it's an issue that he cannot kill. It seems more so that Fallen really just dominated him that last game. Don't necessarily know what's the option here, but hey, I'm not the player here, I suppose. That situation, he thought that he was going to get up a roll, try to cover those options, but just going to be eating 60% and really just, all the little bit of work that he just worked for, not going to be worth it. Knocking him out of here. I think one of the things that we see is just that Fallen really just is on another level when it comes to his ledge play. I think that he's just constantly able to masterfully maneuver the situation out of it. Now, that killed way earlier than I was expecting. We were here at 120 with only just a smidge of rage, if you will. No, we've seen Fallen just, again, we saw an initial push from Penn on the first stock, but Fallen just really just coming down and understanding the adaptation that he's doing. And spike straight into the blast zone. I mean, that's one of the weaker spikes in this game, but I mean, a spike nonetheless. I mean, that's just going to be killing people regardless. Didn't get in a double spike, which is fantastic. Just grabbed out of his up smash. Not much that he could really do once he committed to that option. Penn's definitely going for some much more harder, greedier reads that just aren't really panning out for him, as unfortunate as it is. Really good ball. Forward air. Penn just in a situation where he really doesn't want to be, unfortunately. That down air in that situation. I'm looking at both players' faces here. I mean, Penn just going to shrug it and say, I mean, I guess it is what it is.